Kenny here with Gardening Simplified. It's April 29th. We're out here in the garden, and today we're going to talk about tomatoes, pruning, give you a little information on the flowers and such as that. But first I want to talk about my tomatoes here now. Normally we would, or I would say a normal time for planting tomatoes would be April 15th, middle April. Now you can see these are way larger than normal. These cages, each segment is 6 inches, and you have a 30-inch tomato plant. And we're just a couple weeks past when we'd say a safe time for a lot of people to plant them. But we did plant these early. They did get frost damage or freeze damage, but they came back from it. And we're going to go down here and look. We've got, these are Cherokee purples right here, and those are Cherokee purples over there. Now those were planted after the freeze. When it froze, we planted more seed and let these come up, and they're doing good. They're getting to the point to where they're almost ready to bloom. But these other ones that survived, we've already got a lot of blooms on them, and they're doing good. Now we have already taken and pruned these up here. We want to get airflow underneath, and we want to get airflow in between them. When they're in these cages, this still got quite a few leaves in it, and it cuts down the airflow. As these get a little larger, I'll thin this out. But one thing you want to do when you're pruning, you want to look for these suckers that come off. Now, these are indeterminate tomatoes, and this sucker comes out where this branch comes with the leaves. It comes out in between it. And I'm not saying take every sucker off, because I like to run 3 or 4 main branches up. But if you don't maintain these indeterminate tomatoes, they'll get to where you can't keep in control in the cage. And one thing about it, like this right here, this tomato is running outside the cage. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring this tomato in, and same thing with this one. Now these were kind of pruned yesterday, and I got a lot of them in, but I didn't get all of them in. Now see, this particular sucker here that came up is outside the next row, so it can't be brought in there. It has to be brought in later. But I want to check the flowers here and find a flower so I can show you. There's certain flowers that I'll take off if I see them. And okay, this is a fasciated bloom. Now you see how in here you've got more centers. This is a normal bloom here, and this one has a single center. Now this has multiple centers. There's 3 of them in here in this one bloom. And these, when I hear a lot of people say that's due to calcium and stuff, when your tomatoes got a bad spot on the bottom. Now if it's rotted, that's due to calcium, if it's got a black spot. But when it's got cat face, is what we call it, where you've got cracks all in it, the tomato is really big, but it's really not that usable. Most of the time you can't really even use it. That's because of these fasciated blooms. Now when you're out here with your tomatoes, you know that a normal bloom has one center. It's not all done up like this. Pop these blooms off. You can leave them if you just want big tomatoes, but they're going to be ugly and unusable. Very little will be able to be used, because, and it gives a lot of area in there a lot of times for insects to damage it and stuff like that. Just go ahead and pop them off, because they're not going to really benefit you, and save your other blooms. Now the other thing we're going to talk about is tomatoes have a perfect flower. So what that means is they can self-pollinate. A lot of times wind will do it or anything like that, but you might have blooms, but you're not getting any fruit because the pollinators aren't coming to them. I've noticed bees don't really like tomato flowers. Now I have seen some bumblebees that come around, but it's very rare to see a honeybee on a tomato flower. So all you have to do is tap these, and you want to tap them when they're good and yellow. These are probably, a lot of these are already been pollinated because I come through here regular when I see a bunch of flowers and I just tap that plant. You can do the same way with uh, pepper plants. But like I say, instead of coming in here and figuring, oh, I'm going to get that big tomato, and you're wondering what's causing that, it's simple. It's that bloom is misformed, and Cherokee purple is well known for doing that. It'll put out these multiple centered flowers, and what happens is you get that fruit that's not usable. So it's your choice. If you want to try to grow a big tomato, but it's not really something that you can use, go for it. But I'm not going to waste my time growing these tomatoes and then end up with fruit that I can't eat. All right, when it comes to pruning, and this isn't going to hurt this plant, we're going to take off a lot of these limbs that are down here that are coming out, and we're definitely going to take off any suckers that are down here at the bottom too. Try to come back, so every time you prune, you're going to have to do the same thing, because we have a lot of extra growth in here. These leaves here, if they come down and they touch the ground, they're going to end up uh, getting on them and such. And you can see we've got suckers coming out. Now you don't want to cut off your, if you need to look at them, make sure they're not putting out fruit, because uh, sometimes you'll have a fruit branch that comes out, and you'll want to get rid of that. Now, like this here, no, that's not. It looks kind of like that though. Yeah, that was a fruit branch. In fact, I just cut a tomato off, but I didn't see it when I was trimming. But that's what you want to watch for, so you don't cut them off. You definitely want to get rid of the suckers. Now, these little ones, you can just take and pop them out. Now, I'm going to get rid of the leaves because I want to get some flow up here. Now, there's a sucker that's come out right here, and I'll probably pull a few more limbs before I get to it. But you can see how this is all grown up. This isn't going to let air flow, so what's going to happen is it's going to cause disease. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to trim this and get some of these branches out, and then we'll kind of look at it and see what we've got. Now, that looks like a lot of tomato cut out. Now, this isn't going to hurt this plant at all. In fact, pruning, a lot of times it stimulates, well, I say a lot of times it does stimulate the growth. Now, what I do is try to pull some of these leaves out that are in the middle, so we've got a little more airflow. We've got room for tomatoes to grow and such as that. Now, some of these that I cut out are kind of large. As you can see, these suckers was large, but they needed got out. Now, I do still have quite a few main branches coming up. And then once this comes from the top, I try to keep some of the suckers down, because like I say, Cherokee purples are bad about really suckering. They'll split off with double branches, where you'll have it, when it comes up, it splits out, and then you've got two separate branches at that point. And so you really have to watch them. get them pruned down, but you kind of got the idea there. We're going to go down here to one of these younger plants, and we're going to show how we prune it up. Okay, we have one of our newer ones. It's little, and all we're going to do, first thing we're going to do is come in here, and we're going to take off all these lower limbs. Get rid of these. We don't want anything touching the ground, because that's where your disease is going to come from, is where these leaves touch the ground. And we'll move those out of the way. Now we're going to look at some of these others. When I start seeing leaves that might have some holes on them or something, I'll go ahead and take them off when they're young like this. Like I say, any leaf that's possibly going to be touching the ground, we don't want in here. Now we do have some up higher, and what we do at this point, if you have a cage, we want to make sure these leaves are out. Now this is already got a double branch coming out here. On that, we're going to look for any suckers that might be in here that's coming on. This looks pretty good, so we've got good airflow underneath. We don't have any branches that's going to be drooping so they can touch the ground. Now as these get bigger, you'll have to trim some more lower leaves and bring it on up like the other one. But you really want to catch them at this stage, or maybe just a little bit smaller would be good. But I've got so many tomatoes and different things going on, and what I'm going to do is do this one. This one we're going to do just a little bit different. We just cut off a sucker. You can see sucker down here in a limb. We don't get right up against it, but we get close. We've got another sucker coming on here. I don't want these coming on to the bottom of this, so we're going to take them off. We'll get that out of the way, and then we're going to see what else we got, because we've got one more hiding around on this other side. You see this sucker coming up, and we're going to get rid of them. And we've got one more sucker that's come out right here. We're going to get rid of it. Now we'll go ahead and let this one go. It seems to be high enough where I would allow it. But that's all it is to prune your tomato plants, is paying attention to your suckers, letting however many run. We've got a main branch here. We've got another main branch there. We'll let these sucker off a couple more as it gets bigger. But I'm going to go ahead and trim the rest of these. I hope this video was helpful when it comes to trimming your tomatoes. Now, determinate tomatoes, I do prune them, but I don't prune them near so much because they're only going to go so high. These will grow up, if you let them, they'll go up 10 foot. They'll come up to the top of these baskets, which are 5 foot, and I'll start drooping them over to the next basket, let them run across it, or they'll come down back to the ground. But on determinants, that means they've got a determined amount that they're going to grow. They'll probably grow up to about 4 foot, sometimes 5. And they'll put on a lot of suckers, but you want to remember you got to have airflow. So if you cut off a bunch of those suckers, you're going to lose some of your crop. But if you leave too many, you're not going to get enough airflow, and your tomatoes are going to suffer for it. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you'll go ahead and hit that like button, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more content like that, just subscribe. You'll get my notification for whenever I put out new videos. And of course, comment, let me know about your tomatoes. Let me know what you're growing. If you do something different, and enjoy that gardening experience.